Okay. I'm going to see if this stream works better. I don't know. I'm also going to try switching you guys over to my screen, which you're going to see something weird for a second. You're just going to see my stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. It's not letting me do anything. It's also not showing my live. Well, hello. It's not showing me my live right this second, so I can't pull up your comments. You guys are probably seeing you guys in my streaming software, which is fine. I'm just trying to get this to work and like show you stuff that it's actually supposed to be showing you. So I'm just gonna try to pull up the comments. Okay, here we go. All right, I think I've got it. I think it's fixed. I think that was a YouTube issue, not a me issue. All right, so I think we're good. I just want to make sure that this comes up. I'm so sorry about that. Sometimes there's nothing I can do. It's just technology, and that's just how it works. Such is life. So I'm going to see. Oh, yay, I'm glad. Okay. Hopefully everybody gets the notification and comes back. I know it's going to be a different link than what it was, but sometimes you just can't do anything about it because that's technology for you. So I'm hoping that it's fixed. But okay, we're just going to go right into it. If I can't switch over to the webcam, it's fine. Not the end of the world. I'll deal with it later. But we're going to go ahead and get started because this always takes a while because there are so many deals to go through. And we start off with a handwritten font bundle. This says that it includes 12 fonts and it's got a bunch of different styles, which I think is great. You guys know me that I'm a big fan of any time that they offer like a big bundle that you get a bunch of different styles because then it's really worth that $1. So for this one here, this one comes with, it's like I said, 12. So you've got mandolin, and I'm going to apologize now again if you hear my dog in the background. She's just walking around. She's having I don't know if it's the weather or what. She's driving me crazy. This is Delicate Romance, and this one, if you look, it's a duo script. So you get this one that says Delicate, and then you get the Romance one. Look at this little heart on the end of the E. So this has alternatives, I can talk, and ligatures, decorative hearts. So it means that you get some of those extra glyphs in it, which I think is great. So this is a super cute one. I really like this. I might actually get this bundle because I really, really like that font. And I also like this marshmallow cupcake. I think that one's pretty cute. The toffee apple is adorable as well. And then you've got like a sweet pavlova. Now I had a font on my old computer that was similar to this. Do not remember the name of it, but I think because I got a new computer, this would be like a great idea to get this because it's got a bunch of really pretty fonts. This one also has like the hearts and stuff, so it's a really good one to add to, you know, all sorts of different designs, but those little hearts are super cute. This is Mellow Yellow Butterball, and this has a bonus doodle file, which is fun. That's a pretty font. You have Scat Cat, which has these little, like kind of a taller font, a little thinner, but I love the little kitty, and it says that it has bonus ornaments, which usually means that kitty's probably one of them. So you get quite a few in that one, and like I said, I think I am going to go ahead and get that when this starts. We've still got a couple minutes before we start, so I can't add it to my cart just yet, but I do think that's a really cute set of fonts, and everybody, like all the fonts look so different, so it's not like you're getting like several fonts that are like in the similar style. Now here we have the Father's Day SVG bundle. This is 50 designs. Father's Day will be here before we know it. Mother's Day is also just around the corner. Memorial Day. We are getting into those summer holidays. So I love that they provide us with some cool decor or items for those holidays a couple months in advance. So I think this is really great. Hi, Darlene. Darlene's from South Carolina. How's the weather there? It's actually kind of cold here today. It was hot yesterday. And we had storms, which was fun. So these are like, I don't know how to describe these. They kind of give me like vintage sign vibes. Like this one kind of looks like a whiskey label. This one's pretty fun. Kind of would be like cool on a t-shirt or a mug. You could put these on anything, which I think is really fun. You've got like a nutrition facts one. You've got world's best father, dad jokes loading. So there's a lot of different designs in this. You get 50 designs for $1. So that's a pretty good deal if you're looking for some father's designs. And Black Cat's SVG, I have some of their designs from like previous dollar deals. And I think that they do a really nice job. Their files are built really well, which I appreciate because sometimes they're not always amazing and you have a lot of work to do, but their files are almost always really easy to work with. That's not something I personally need, but I do think those are really fun. Sunny and 7087. Nice. That's nice. So this is a potion label bundle. You get 32 designs and they're apothecary Halloween style designs. Now, these type of designs are things that are going to be used with print and cut, with sublimation, DTF and UV DTF prints, all sorts of really cool options for these. And I feel like if you're having a Halloween party, these would be really fun. These would also make really fun t-shirts. You could make cool greeting cards. These are just really neat designs. And I love the colors. I love the style. They're all similar in style, so you'd have a nice cohesive look if you use them for like decor. These would also maybe be some fun stickers to make that maybe you could put in goodie bags or, you know, whatever, hand out to the kids. Maybe some not. Some of them are like, you know, they may not all be appropriate for children, but there's definitely some that you could use for like stickers for kids. But I do think they're really cool. I love this beetle eggs one. I like the colors on it. Toadstool clippings, unicorn blood, toad warts. These would also be really good for like a Harry Potter themed event or party. Super fun, really cute. Great for $1. So nice. This one here, I was looking at in the previews. No, it doesn't. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it did. Okay, good. No, didn't. Okay. So this here is the Summer Vibes. This is a 200 file SVG mega bundle. So these would be really fun to take and build designs with. Add some text, add some other elements because they're kind of simple on their own, but by just adding a little bit of something else, you could, you know, make some silly little saying about like a duck on the run or something. Or like this one, you could add some names to it if you wanted to make like a cutesy little dolphin thing. This is really beautiful on its own. There are like tons and tons of different designs. There's lots of like tropical drinks. There looks like maybe like an iced coffee, lots of little turtles and cows and seashells. So there's a lot to do with these that isn't just sticking the SVG on to something. You could add to them and make them a little bit more your own. And you get a ton in this. So there's lots to choose from, lots of different styles. Butterflies, mermaids, bumblebees. So that's a really, really good deal. You're spending less than half a cent. Well, you're spending half a cent per design, which is a really, really good one. I saw this one earlier as well. I'm still not quite sure that it's my style, but I do think it's really cool. You're getting 181 PNGs, and they say that they're car coaster designs, but truly you could use these for whatever you wanted to. And what's kind of neat about them is they look like they're embossed into leather or carved into wood, which I think is really fun. It's a really cool optical illusion. These would make beautiful keychains. These would make pretty cool patches, stickers, all sorts of things that you could use these for. They do not have to just be a car coaster. So you can see you get like sunflowers. Here's some that have like a more blue in them. Got a very Western feel on these ones. But you've got some really neat designs. You've got bears. So if you know some... Oh, I just thought of a really fun way to use these. Let's say that you are, your school mascot's a bear. How cool would making some keychains for the different sports teams be? And you could sell them with the bear on one side and then personalize the other side with like the sport that they're playing or their name and number, whatever it may be. There's lions, you've got cows, you've got horses, butterflies, all sorts of stuff. And I just think these could be really, really a neat look and just something fun to do. But I just thought the colors were really cool on these too. I liked this little fox. I thought he was pretty neat as well. So there's a ton in this one. And like I said, they don't have to just be car coasters. They are round, which sort of limits you, but there's a lot you can do with them. Now, I did really like these butterflies as well, and I thought they were really pretty. I loved the colors. You get 58 designs. Now, again, these are PNGs, but you can use them with things like print and cut, making greeting cards, stickers, UV DTF and DTF prints, lots of ways to use these, sublimation. And again, I would just take the designs and maybe add some text to it. You could do something like welcome summer or butterfly fly away, or there's all sorts of really nice quotes and other things that you could add to these designs to make them your own, make them stand out, make them a little bit different. but I just thought the colors they chose, the designs for these were really neat. I love like the half floral one. I love this one. I like the prismatic like tips of the wings. And these do have a transparent background, so you can use them in lots of different ways. Sublimate them onto a mug, sublimate them onto a shirt, print and cut them onto a card, make them into stickers. Tons of things you can do with these, but they are really neat. I just thought the colors were pretty. I thought the designs were done really well. And again, lots you can do with them. If you know somebody who's a butterfly fan, awesome. You can use more than one on a design. Now I'm going to add these to my cart before I forget to. This one here I thought was also really neat, but this is a laser file. You could potentially use cardstock, but it's not going to hold up as well. But this is a laser cut file where you get the little truck and then you have all these different pieces for the different time of year. So like you got little pumpkins, there's, you could just leave it like plain, but there's lots to do. You paint them. You've got rainbows, hearts, puppy paw, all sorts of things. Again, this one's more of a laser file, but it is really cute. I think it could be fun. This would be a fun one to like cut out, let the kids paint, have fun with everything. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm so sorry that it froze earlier. Welcome to YouTube. Now we have this one. So remember, Mother's Day is coming. This is a really cool one because I love the different styles of the bears. I feel like there's a style for everybody, and I think they're all really cool. So I love that you could really, if you wanted to, you could take off the mama part and you wouldn't have to use that. And you could just use the bear design if you wanted to as well. So it's not like you have to have that. So let's say you liked this, but you really don't want the mama on it. Just slice it out in Design Space. Crop it out in your printing program, whatever you used to print with. And then you can use the mama and the baby bear, or crop out the baby bear, whatever you want to do. Lots of options for that. So you can use these in lots of ways without having to have the mama part on them. You can just crop it out. But I love that they have different styles. So you got like this nighttime sky one with trees. That would be a cute camping shirt. You've got this really pretty one with some florals on it. This kind of like galaxy style is really neat. Here's like more of a planet one, which I think is cool. That would be really cute to take this part out and put Best Mom on the planet. There's another one with some trees and stuff. Again, would be really cute to take the words out and change it to like, something about don't feed the bears or camping with bears or something like that. Something about camping and bears could be really fun. A little cherry blossom style. I love this one too. This one's giving me like tea room vibes, which I think is so cute. So there's a lot to do with these. You don't just have to put them on a shirt either. You can make stickers out of them, whatever you want to do. But those are really, really fun. Again, but those are a PNG, which means you cannot make them with vinyl. You will need to print them in some way or another. Now, keep in mind, end of school's coming, right? So teacher gifts are always nice, always appreciated. And this is a teacher SVG bundle. This has 32 designs, and there's a lot of ways you could use these. Teachers have millions of mugs and stuff like that. So I like to suggest things like tote bags because tote bags do wear out a lot quicker. So maybe they need a new tote bag. Maybe you want to make them a cute sign for their classroom. Some kind of decor for their classroom is always fun. You can put these on like the front of like a gift card holder because gift cards are always a really appreciated gift from a teacher. So definitely check those out. But I really loved the little crayon designs. I also like this one here where it's like love with the different like supplies. I thought that was cute. This one's adorable too. Influencer, motivator, believer, encourager, educator. I feel like that's a great one for any like level. It's not just very kindergarten where the crayons are a little more on like the elementary kindergarten realm. I feel like this one and this teacher one would be great for high school teachers as well. College professors could be really great too. You've got this heart monogram or heart. That's an apple, girly. This is a heart. This whole thing's an apple. These little apple monograms, adorable, really, really cute. Could be a fun keychain. This one here is super cute with like the little definition of teacher. So there's a lot of really fun designs, and these are SVGs, so they're designed to be cut with vinyl or HTV. You could still use them with print and cut or UV DTF, sublimation, but these are designed so that you can cut them in vinyl. And there are just some really adorable designs in this. So I think that you could find something for just about any grade level teacher or educator, or even some of the school staff. Some of those would be perfect for some staff members as well. Now, this here is a foil quill border banners and more. What does it mean when we say foil quill? It means that they are single line designs. Now, what else does that mean to you? That means that you can use these to write with on your Cricut, and they're going to write in a single line design. So you can use these banners, these little borders, all these little designs, these bow ties, anything that you want out of this with your pen, with your foil tool, and it's going to draw them in a single line. So it won't be something that you'll have to go in and fill in. So these can be really great to add to writing fonts or some of those fonts that I've showed you how to write with, or even the fonts that you want to fill in if you just want to add a little flourish. These are a great way to do that. You've got a ton of different designs here too, and Crunchy Pickle does a really good job with their files. I think their files are fantastic. They do such a nice job. They always work really well. They look good, all the good stuff. Now, I love the little thanks and the hello, the hey and the hi, also adorable. I am going to get this because I do want to do a little bit of a tutorial about working with like designs like that are specific to foil quills and how you use them with like pens and stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I kind of toying with the idea of a video on that. Now this one here is a funny chicken bundle. So if you know somebody who is a crazy chicken person in your life, this might be a really good thing to get because for $1, even if you only use one of the designs, it's still a really great deal. This comes in all the different file types, meaning that you can use it with anything that you want, which includes using it with your laser to engrave. You can cut it on vinyl or HTV. You can send it off for DTF prints. You can sublimate it, whatever you want to do with it. It's able to be used like that. And they have some really, really funny ones like Don't Ruffle My Feathers. And honestly, I think that little chick is adorable. It's so cute. But then they have things like Apparently I Have an Attitude. Who knows? We've got Raising Chickens and Feral Children. I love her little high heel boots. That's hysterical. Live Today Like You're Getting Fried Tomorrow. I feel that. Yep, I talk to chickens. Oh my gosh, our neighbor needs that. I hear her talking to her chickens all the time. But there's some really, really cute ones. Rise and Shine, Mother Cluckers. Cluck Off. The chicken with glasses is hysterical. You've got a whole bunch of chickens here with the obsessive chicken disorder. A chicken mom one. Now, I think this one could be really cute to just use the little chickens here. And you could take off the chicken mom and put like, you know, you wouldn't have to have chicken mom, like Raising My Chicks or something like that would be really cute. So again, keep in mind that a lot of these things you can change up and make them your own just by taking certain parts off of them and changing them how you want to do it. You know, like take off the wording on this one, make it something about yoga if you're into yoga, all sorts of stuff like that. So there's lots of ways that you can edit designs to make them more what you want or just to make them a little more unique and different. This one here is very timely because we have lots of graduations coming up. So this is the class of 2025 senior designs. You're getting 103 SVGs, which again, these come with all the different files. So you don't have to worry about like not being able to use it with whatever you want to make with these. There looks like there's some really, really cute ones for like family members. You've got dad ones, mom ones. You've got all these different designs, and there are some that would make really cute cake toppers or table decorations or party decorations. There's ones that would be great for shirts. There's little ones for people who play the different sports. You've got basketball, soccer, and football. Those are great. But I do think that like these ones right here would be really easy to change out. So maybe your kid plays volleyball. Maybe your kid plays softball. Maybe you're a hockey mom. This would be really easy to take the little design that's right here, the ball, and change it out to match if your kid does a different sport. Because we all know there's lots of sports out there. But these are really pretty. Like this one would be cool to put some like foil in the middle of, or like a glitter would be cool. Here's some really cute ones for like sweatpants, but these would be really great for like a sash or a banner at a party. Lots of great things. And then what's cool here, you have a whole family thing. Everything from cousins, best friends, sisters, brothers, boyfriends, stepmoms, sons, uncles, pops, aunties, nephews, girlfriends, squad, crew, a pawpaw, granny, daughter, so many options. So you've got the whole family covered for graduations. And then I love the last first day senior. That's a little bit out of time now, but that's cute. And maybe you could just change up the numbers at the bottom to use it for next year. This one's really cute too. Love that for the back of a hoodie. Super duper adorable. You've got the mom ones. So a ton that you can do. Tons of designs in that one. I think that one's a really good deal, especially if you are a mom of a graduate, college, high school, whatever it may be. I saw these and thought these were really cute. So these are a bundle Mother's Day mug. You get 20 designs. But again, keep in mind, you don't have to just use these for mugs. They are set up that way, and you can see right here how they will come across. But again, you can crop them to just use one side. Maybe you want to make a t-shirt. Maybe you'd like to cut it out as a card front. There's a lot to do with these that you don't have to just make mugs with. Even though they're set up that way, just cut them apart. But they're really cute. I think they have like, what have we got? We got a bear, a cat, a couple cats, deer. So kind of whatever mom's into, you've got a little bit of something for everybody. And I think that you could use these in a lot of really different fun ways. They don't just have to be on a mug. So think outside the box when you're like looking at these designs. That's one reason I like to talk through with you guys, because sometimes I don't even think of these ideas until they pop in my head as I'm talking about another idea. Now, this is super cute. These are adorable. These are like kind of like the stick families, but a little bit more detailed. You're getting 3 different templates, 12 different characters, and you can use these in lots of ways. You can see they made like a wood round. There's a pillow. You've got like a, I'm going to guess that's like a canvas artwork. I don't know, but you can make lots of things with these. And you can see that you get all sorts of different characters: dogs, babies, kids, adults, cats, grandma and grandpa, all the things. And what you do is you take your little people and you make your little family however you want to make it. Maybe you got 2 cats and a dog, and you've got a baby, and it's you and your husband, or you and your wife, or your whoever it may be. You're good. You can make these little families up, and then you add the names if you want to. You don't have to. And then you've got a cute little design that you can kind of put on whatever you want. They're really, really customizable, which I think is super nice. So you can really kind of have fun with them. They also are really fun to make like little greeting cards with. I love to use those for cards for like baby showers and stuff. It's just a cute little thing to do. This one here is the bee bundle. This is 110 designs. And these, again, come in all the files, so you do whatever you want with them. Some of these are really detailed and I think would be so cute in so many different ways. Like, I love the She Works Hard for the Honey. I think that is so cute. My friend has bee hives, and so she's got a couple like little signs in her yard, and I think this would be the cutest sign to add to her yard. She's a very good beekeeper. I love seeing all of her bees. But they've got all sorts of things, and like they're just so cute. Like, who doesn't love a little bee design? And I like that these bees are a little more anatomically correct versus just being like a ball with some wings. So if you're looking for a more realistic design for a bee, these are a really cute one because they do look much more realistic. I just think they're cute. I think you get a ton of great designs. You're paying less than a penny a design, so it's a really good deal. This one here is a mountain bundle, and I wasn't sure when I saw this one, like, how many things can you really do with a picture of mountains? But they did a good job. You get 30 designs, and some of these are like fishing. Some of them are kind of more camping. You got like a hiker. So there's a lot of different ways that they did this. This one confused me a little bit because I thought it was a tent, but it looks like a little mountain. So I don't know. That one's a little odd, but I do think they have some really cool ones. There's like a guy hiking. You've got a bear next to the water. This one think it's just a water one. I don't know, but there's a bunch of different designs with this. So if you're looking for like a outdoorsy type style, those are pretty fun. You're getting, again, 30 designs. So it's a pretty good one. Here we have the American Patriotic Dog Bundle. So these are PNGs. So again, not for vinyl, but for lots of other things. You're getting 46 different dog designs. And it looks like they've got all sorts of different breeds. They've got ones that look, I think they're all puppies. I don't think they have any that look really older, but they are all puppies. So you've got like the Yorkie and I'll think of it eventually. The wrinkly one that's escaping my brain right now. I want to call it a Shiba Inu, and that's not right. I know that's not right. You got like a Cocker Spaniel. You've got German Shepherds, all sorts of different dog breeds. Huskies, Great Dane, Golden Retriever or a Lab, whatever that may be there. That's an Akita, Pit Bulls, Schnauzers, all sorts of dog breeds. Oh, Bernie's Mountain Dogs, so cute. Look at this little brown lab. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, these are adorable. You got wiener dogs and Dalmatians. So there's pretty much breed for everything. There's a ton in there. Those are adorable. So cute. Shar-Pei, thank you. Yes, a Shar-Pei. I knew him. My husband's, they had him when they were, his mom had two of them, I think, when he was a kid. So I just, my brain, she just sometimes doesn't work. So this one here is 11 fonts. You're getting a bunch of different styles. So let's take a look and see what we got. You've got a cyber font. That's kind of cool. That's neat with the way the threes are, or the E's and the B's are designed. This is an isometric logo font. So these almost seem like they're more logo-y. Like you've got spooky smoke. That's probably not going to cut real well on your Cricut. You've got bubbles. Also probably going to be a nightmare on your Cricut, but cool. You've got the chat bubble fonts. You got all these different little bubbles that say things. You've got a heart font. Again, looks like a nightmare to weed. Cherry Love. That one's pretty cute. I do like that one a lot. You've got Tower. This one's a really cool font. I like the style of that one. Let's Draw New. That one's kind of cool too. That one's got like neat little swirls in it. X-Force. There's the Hearts font again. Yeah, so it just kind of shows you some of the different fonts. So you get a bunch in that one. I don't know if those ones would be like my personal choice, but they are kind of cool. Now this one here, you're getting a bunch of rose flowers, and these are kind of like a watercolor. And again, these are PNGs. They're clip art, which means PNG. And you can add these to lots of things. Like this person, this is fake. The mock-up is not great. But you could do something like this where you put it on a makeup bag as long as it was a DTF print or sublimation or something like that. You've got mugs. There's lots of ways to use these. They come in a ton of different styles and colors, which is pretty cool. So you could match kind of any design that you're looking for. Like here's somebody who made a greeting card with it. That's pretty cute. I love this rainbowy one in the clouds. That one's really neat. But these are cool. Like they're different. They're fun. I love the colors. They're very like full roses. So if you're looking for kind of a floral rose, this is a great option. See here, they put it on a tote bag. There's a shirt and a mug. So you can use these in so many ways. So don't feel like, boxed in, but it is really cool. I like this one too. I saw these earlier and I just thought these were kind of funny. You're getting 12 funny tea lover mug designs. So we always see a lot of coffee, but you don't see a ton of tea. And I thought that it was nice that somebody finally came with some tea related ones. And I thought this was kind of nice because I thought this was funny because you get like the angry one on one side and then you get like the tea made it better on the other on some of them, which I think is great. I think they're super cute. I think it's really fun way to make a mug. I love when there's a different design on either side. And these look like they're really good images and they're pre-sized, so they're ready to go. I think those are fun. I'm not a tea drinker, but it's nice to see it represented. This here was a teddy tree builder, which I thought was cute. So again, this is like that clip art with the little family, but you're going to build it using these cute little bears and these little sign markers. So you would just put whatever, information you want. So like this one here is like your baby's birth announcement. So name, middle and last, time born, weight, and then date. So you can do a lot with these. These are really cute. The little bears are adorable. They have a bunch of different styles of the bears. And then all the different signs come with them, and then you add the text that you want. So here's the different styles of bears. Here's the two different sign styles, and then the piece of like wood that you would use for your post. So again, you just kind of make this how you want. Do what you want with it. You piece it together kind of like a puzzle. I do have videos on working with these types of designs. So if you are struggling, let me know. We also have this teddy bear one that has like, they call it the teddy bear footballers. But this one has different teddy bears and a little soccer ball. So you can make all these different designs. You've got all the different color scarves that could match. I'm not sure, I think this one's a little niche, but it is cute. And I think that if you've got somebody who plays soccer, a little one, these would be adorable. I just think the little bears are really adorable. And it's the same, person that made them. So they're going to be cohesive if you want to make something cohesive with them. Now here, this one is this is its 14 families of fonts. So it's all sorts of different styles of fonts. You're getting a ton of different fonts. You can see here all these different fonts here. This patternistic one I had, did not love it. It was a pain to weed, but it was cool. But you can see like they have all these different ones, but this would be really fun to use for, print and cut if you want to use some of these patterned ones. But I do think there's lots to do with these, and you can see like these people, they kind of broke down what fonts they used, how they used them, which I think is kind of nice. But you get all these different font styles, and then you can kind of combine them to make these different designs. So lots and lots of options. You get all these different like designs here. You get the circle numbers, you get the little banners, and then you kind of use them however you want to for your designs. So I think that's a pretty cool one. You're getting a ton of different things in that one, and that could be just fun to start to play with, to learn to work with those types of fonts. I think that could be a really good one if you just want to learn a little bit more about working with fonts. Now here, this is again going to be a laser design. This is a garden stake holding box, and it comes in a bunch of different designs and styles. But you get the little stakeholder design, you get the little box design, you cut it out with your laser, and you can assemble it, and then you've got this neat little way to hold your little plant stakes so you know what you planted. This is not something that would work with your Cricut. You could not build that box with cardstock. It just won't work the way they have it designed, but it is pretty cool if you have a laser. So if you're looking for like something to make with your laser for spring, that could be a really, really fun one. We have here 14 floral mug wrap designs. So this one's going to have a bunch of different like floral styles that will fit on, it says 15-ounce mugs. Again, can you resize them? Sure. These do not have a transparent background. You can see here, not transparent background, because you can see that the background is colored. So that's something to keep in mind if you wanted to get these. These do have a colored background, which can be really cool or can be really hard to work with. It's just kind of hit or miss, but I think those are pretty neat. So if you're looking for some mug wraps, those could be really fun. This here is a 20 laser cut beautiful bouquet and flowers. So these are all these different flower designs here. And I think that you could potentially cut these with vinyl. You may have to change up the set of the design a little bit, like fill in all the spaces on this front piece and instead have that be the back piece. I hope that makes sense. But I think that these could be cut on your Cricut and layered with vinyl pretty easily. As long as you're familiar with using things like contour, I think you'd be fine to make them. But they have all these different flowers, different styles. There's irises, looks like marigolds, roses and poppies, and there's some different irises. So yeah, there's a lot. Lilies. That's a really cool one. I like that. Probably not something I have any use for, but I do think they're really neat. I do like those a lot. So this is a 300 file funny SVG bundle. You're getting a ton in this for 300 designs for $1. It's a really good deal. Even if you only use a few of the designs, you don't have to use them all. I always try to like say, if I'm going to use one file out of a huge design, I probably don't want to spend more than $1 because that's such a waste. And a lot of times you can design one file by yourself pretty quickly and get it pretty close to what these look like. But I think that these are pretty fun. And for $1, you're getting a ton of them. They have a bunch of different like styles included here. So like these all say basically the same thing, but in a bunch of different ways and designs. So lots of options for using these. And I think it's nice that they have the different quotes, but they also have the quotes all done in different ways. So that one's kind of nice. So if you're looking for something like that, that one's a great deal. This one here is the 12 Zodiac SVG bundle. So if you're into the Zodiac signs, I thought these were really cool. I don't know a ton about the Zodiac, but I thought the designs on these were really pretty. I liked the like style of them. I thought they could be used in a lot of different ways, but I think that they look like they would cut pretty easily on your Cricut as well. There's not a ton of tiny detail, so you're not going to be like struggling with them, but they do have all 12, and I think they're really cool. So if you're into that, that's a really neat design. This one here is a watercolor wildflower bundle. This one is going to be flowers, leaves, wreath, frame borders, all sorts of things, seamless patterns. So you're getting a lot in this one. And you can see we've got individual flowers, so you could make your own design. And then you also have like these frame borders that they make for you, so you don't have to put them all together. And you can see somebody made like a wedding sign with that. So it's really easy to work with. And you also have these really pretty wreaths. So again, these could be like a really cohesive item for bridal shower, wedding, baby showers, all sorts of things, birthday parties, whatever you want to do with them. And then you've got like a border design. You've got this border design that has like more filled in. They use this one here for like a mug, so you could do that. You've got these different bouquets sort of set up that you can use. So there's just a lot of ways to do these. You can use them for so many things, but then it also comes with the seamless patterns, which again, great to use for lots of things, really fun. And they're really pretty and again, really cohesive, which I think is nice, especially if you're going to design them for an event. Having that cohesive look makes a huge difference. This one here is the American Rustic Round Metal Sign Designs. So these are made for sublimation, print and cut, all those things. But they're made to look a little more vintage. These have kind of like the rusty truck or like the old white lighthouse. You got Statue of Liberty. You've got soldiers, the beer, the eagle. You've got just a plain flag. You've got flag with an anchor. So there's a lot of different ones in this design. Lots of ways to use these. These could be used for car coasters, keychains, wood round signs, all sorts of things. You get the idea. You can use them for a lot of stuff. This one here is the Patriotic Sign Bundle. I think these are super cute. Again, they look 3D because they want them to look like you cut them with your laser because they are laser ready files. However, you can use your Cricut. You can use vinyl. You just have to layer the vinyl. So like for this one here, you just cut the vinyl pieces and layer them. Now I do have a video coming that is showing you how to do that with a wood round that they made for lasers. So I'm excited to show you that. And honestly, I think I'm going to grab these because I love a couple of these designs. And I think they could be really fun to put on a wood round and show you how to do that with one of these as well. Because I really like the one with the little firecracker. I think that's super cute. So maybe we'll use that one. But I am going to get that one. But again, you can use those with HTV if you want to. If you don't have a laser, absolutely can do. We've got motivational quote sleeve bundles. So these are the designs that come with like the big design for the front of your shirt and then a smaller design for your sleeve. These are really popular. Lots of like motivational quotes. Very cute. Super easy. They're ready to go. You just cut them out and put them on. Like I said, these are a really good seller as well. These have been very, very popular. Super like trendy. People love them. I think they're cool. I think they're fun. So you wouldn't have to design your own. You could easily just use those. This one here is a 102 mega bundle laser cut for the teacher. Now again, some of these could work for Cricut. Most of them probably wouldn't. This class calendars one is pretty cute, but I think that this one would be kind of a pain because you'd have to add the different like birthdays every year. And I think that could be really annoying, but you've got like a pencil holder. You have some more pencil holders, but these ones are calendars, some wood rounds or coasters, bookmarks, lots to do with your laser with this one. Lots of different designs, signs, caddies, calendars, gift things. I mean, lots of stuff. So again, if you've got a laser, you're looking for some unique teacher ideas, that one would be cool. Here we've got a Cute Grim Sublimation Bundle. Again, remember when they say sublimation, it just means it's a PNG. So you can use it for UV, DTF, DTF, print and cut, all sorts of things. These are not my vibe. I think they're a little bit creepy, but I kind of like them a little bit. I don't know. I like this one that's got the little "for you" next to the grave marker. That one's kind of funny. Anti-anxiety juice. We got a gone fishing guy. Little whatever. So they're pretty fun. The nurse vibes is a little scary though. I don't know how I feel about that. Stay sexy, don't get murdered. I mean, fair. Spoiler alert, it all ends. Okay, that one I actually kind of like that one. Like I would 100% wear a shirt that says that. We've got Duck You, teaching little humans. I don't know that that's appropriate. This one though, the "for you," oh, that one cracks me up. Those are really funny. Okay, I might have convinced myself that I don't hate them but some of them are just a little too creepy. I don't know. I don't like the little guys. This here, not something I would recommend. This is like a really weird font. So this is an Echo Stripes font, it's called. And first off, I don't want to have to read that. Second off, it's weird. It's not for me. But they have like the glitch, the regular, the variable style. If you're looking for something like that for $1, it's totally worth it. Not something I would recommend for a Cricut user. This here, so a lot of people ask me, what do you do with these things? These are digital papers. So these are really fun for like making backgrounds on stuff, making your own patterned vinyl, making sticker backgrounds, like if you're doing like sticker sheets. These can be used in a lot of fun ways. So don't feel like you're just, they're useless, because they're not. But you do need to kind of think a little bit and figure out what you're going to do. These are a little more detailed, I think, than I would probably ever use for something. But they are kind of cool. They're like kind of vintage wood, kind of neat. I don't hate them. They're pretty fun. Again, not something I have a use for. This is more something I would say would be what I would use for a background, for making a sticker sheet, for turning into patterned vinyl, something like that. Oh, printing on tissue paper. There you go. Cool for printing on tissue paper. These would be neat little bookmarks that you could add some text to. So these are more just made for like backgrounds, but they do have some cute ones. That one you get 50. This one you get 51. This one, not me, but that one's cute. The Spring Grunge one's cute. This is a family SVG bundle, so it's going to have a little bit of something for everybody. You've got like bonus mom, uncle, mommy, dad, grandma, Gigi, Nana. There's one for the dog somewhere I saw. So there's a whole bunch of designs in this one. You've got like this baseball one, which is kind of cool. You can personalize it. This dad sign. You've got King of the Grill. All these little floral things. So even if you don't want to use like this, but you like the florals, grab it because it's a good deal. The florals are super cute. So sometimes you got to kind of click through a little bit to see if there's anything that you might like in here or use in here. There's a little bit of something for everybody. And again, you can change up your designs to make them what you want them to be. So like, let's say you like this, but maybe you don't want it for your sister. You just want the words. Take the word sister out. You can do that. Like these, you can add whoever you want to the middle of them. So lots to do with those. Really fun. I think those are cool. Definitely a different designs, different style. Here we have a 150 coaster mega bundle laser cut. I don't know that I need that many coaster designs, but they're pretty fun. You got like pumpkins. You've got this elephant, hippo, hedgehog, snail, I don't know, all sorts of little animals that when you take the pieces off, those are the coasters. Some Easter designs, some Halloween. You've got snowflakes, leaves, puzzle piece ones, Christmas. You've kind of got something for every holiday in here, every type of style. That's a pretty neat one. So if you're a laser user, those could be really fun. This one here is a personalized Father's Day gift bundle laser cut name board. Now, being that I don't know how these are set up, sometimes I don't always know, will it work with your Cricut? But they show me the file pretty well in here. And I do think that you could potentially use this with your Cricut, but it may not be as easy as we hope it would be, because some of the pieces aren't fully like apart. So you could potentially use them with your Cricut, but I think you're going to need to be a little bit more of an advanced user to use something like this with the Cricut. But lasers, awesome. Those are really cool files. All right, on our last row here, this one here, we have Mom Life Quotes. You get 17 designs. You get all the different types. And you've got like an exhausted skunk, smells like mom life. I make milk and keep people alive. Running late, raising tiny humans, momming isn't for the weak, motherhood, quack if you're crying. I feel that. But these are cute. They're all kind of in a similar style. You've got like the cute little animals, a little lemur, very fun. Those are really fun designs. So if you like those, that's a good one. This one here is a funny, sarcastic mega bundle. I feel like we always get at least one bundle that's got the sarcasm, which like, fair. I feel like that's my second language a lot of times. So this one here, I need to teach my facial expressions how to use their inside voice. You've got 24 designs in that one. Here's some 20. I wish retail therapy was covered by my health insurance. Don't we all? You've got some that are made for the little hotel style keychains. We have some more. No, those are the same ones, aren't they? No, they're not. They're different. Shh. Just shh. Those are great. These are really funny. If you know somebody who is definitely like a sarcastic person, these would be great. They make great gifts. They're really, really cute. And you get 100, so it's a penny a design. This one, okay, this one I want to get because I really liked them. I thought they'd be really cute. So these are 16 book trope bookmarks, and these are going to be like 2x6. You print them out and cut them. But look how fun. They're really cute. So a member of the Reverse Harem Book Club, a member of the Forced Proximity Book Club, a member of the Brother's Best Friend Book Club, a member of the Slow Burn Book Club. So these are really cute, and they look like little tickets. I thought these would be adorable. And if you're like in a book club, how fun would it be to make everybody a little gift with these, especially based on like the book that you're reading? I thought those were really fun. I am going to get those. And then last but not least, we have these Floral Moon cake toppers. Now, these are so pretty, but they are so detailed, but they still have a thicker line. So as long as you didn't make these itsy bitsy, you could cut these on cardstock and use them as a cake topper. But I also think that you could really easily slice off the base, like this little stick, and you could use these as a decal or a design for anything that you wanted to, whether you want to cut it in vinyl or HTV. So don't think just because these are made to be cake toppers that you can't use them in other ways. I thought this one was so pretty with these double roses. But again, you can use them in any way that you want to. It doesn't just have to be a cake topper. And again, because the lines are a little bit thicker, I do think they would be able to be cut pretty easily with your cardstock. And I just think they're really cute. We made it through quite a few of those, like pretty quickly. I'm proud of ourselves today. Sometimes it takes us way longer. If you guys have any questions, shout them out. I'm always happy to answer them for you before we pop off here. But I think there was some really good designs this week. Our next bundle day won't be until June 25th. Yeah, June 25th. Yeah, I'm just double checking. Yes, June 25th. And then today's tutorial, it is still April. Let me flap back to April. Oh, we're doing a big, larger than matte banner for today's tutorial. That'll go live at 4 p.m. here on YouTube. That one's going to be a really fun one. I had a good time making that. That's just like a great way to make like a really big, impactful banner. I made a birthday banner, but you can really make your banner say anything. But I'm showing you how to make a font really, 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 really big, and then how to turn it into a banner. So I think that one's going to be really fun. So I hope that you guys will stick around and check that out. But yeah, I only ended up with 4 deals today, which is pretty good for me. Typically I end up with like about 8. So I ended up with 4, which they just didn't have a lot that I either didn't already have or need, because I don't really make anything for my mom for Mother's Day. My dad is gone, so obviously I'm not making him anything. I have a lot of clip art designs and stuff like that, so I just got the couple 4 that I liked. But let me know what you guys are getting. I would love to know. I am curious. Now, I will say I want to try flipping back to the webcam before we get off, just because I want to see if it will, in fact, freeze. And if that's what's causing it to freeze, is changing the scene. If it freezes, well, I'll be back. But no, actually I lied. I won't be. If it